What's going on YouTube? My name is RushAV, bringing you guys another commentary today. Today guys, I have a pretty interesting commentary topic, but before we get into that, I'll talk about the gameplay in the background. I don't know who the gameplay is by. It might be by he, might be by she, might be by he, she, so you guys need to go check him out. Links in the description below by who it's by. Go sub them because they supplied me with the gameplay and they deserve to be supported. Now guys, I want to get right into my commentary topic today guys. I'm going to talk about getting my sports physical, a pretty interesting story, so let's just get right into it. So last month, I had to get a free sports physical, which when they're free, that's amazing. You know, you want to get that physical if it's free. They usually cost around $35 and I'm not looking to spend that money at the time, so I got that free sports physical. I asked the school, you know, can I go up to the high school with y'all, get my free sports physical done for football? So we went up there, all the middle school kids that were getting their physical today went up to the high school and we waited in a line, and I didn't have a parent signature. I started freaking out because you're supposed to have a parent signature on the bottom of the paper, and I was scared. I was freaking out because I thought they weren't going to let me get my physical. So I asked the trainer there if she could just sign it because she knew my mom, and my mom coaches at the school, so she signed it. We first went in, there was a lady. She was mean. She was a big lady too. She did not look happy. So she was taking my blood pressure. My blood pressure was alright. Then she started like bitching at me because I wasn't standing on the scale right, which my feet are too big. I wear a size 15 shoe. She expected me to stand on the small ass scale, and it wasn't possible. Like it isn't possible. Like me getting into a relationship, it's not possible. So I'm standing there and it's just my feet are off the other end. My heels couldn't go on it, so I pretty much had to move my toes above it. It wasn't possible for my whole foot to get on it at the same time. Then she checked my height, which ended up being 6'3", so I was hyped. You know, I grew 2 inches. I was hyped. I was celebrating, and we went over to where they check your eyes. Now, we weren't allowed to talk. Every time we talked, we got bitched at. So you hear this woman yell at us, "Yo, shut up," or she would come over there and she'd point at us. She'd be like, "You better shut up or you're not getting your free physical today." She was threatening us, and I was not happy about that. So I went up there. I passed my eye test. I said every letter almost to like the bottom row, so she was pretty happy, but I had contacts in, but we're just going to keep that between us. So then I went to go take my drug test. Now this is the first time I've ever taken a drug test, and I was pretty scared. I don't know why, but I was just scared at the time because it was just, I was afraid I was going to fail it. You know, I was afraid I was going to fail my drug test. And I think it was mainly because I took NyQuil and all that shit, and like, I don't know. Like, I think like when they take a drug test, I think they're like testing for like bizarre ass drugs, and I passed it, thank the God. But one of my best friends did not pass it, and we were just sitting there laughing at him. I'm sorry, but it's like a 1 week drug test. You're supposed to be like clean for a week, I think, and I don't know. I was scared to take it, but he wasn't, and I was just like, all right, passed it. Let's go. Let's get it. So we went on to the doctor side. Now, when you meet the doctor, he pretty much just tells you all this stuff, but we had to wait in this huge ass line to meet the doctor because a whole bunch of people were getting their free physicals done, which I understand. It's a free physical. Like, I would take that shit any day. Like, that's free candy to me. That is free, free Xbox to me. That is free. Alright, free physicals are the best. So we had to wait in this big line, and there was a girl to the right and a guy to the left, and it was pretty much if you were up next and whoever came out first, you went in. But it was usually the person in front of you would go to the left, and it was right. It was just like kind of like an organized order. So we put the girls like in between us, so they would have to go to the girl and we would have to go to the guy. So I ended up going to the guy. He was an older gentleman. I was pretty afraid of him because he looked like a pedophile. He had a pedophile stash, a pedophile haircut. He had pretty much everything that was set up to be a pedophile. All he needed was a white truck, and he was on his way. So I went in. He checked me out, looked at my tonsils, said I had a sleeping disorder off my tonsils. Like, what? I was just confused. He said I had a sleeping disorder after looking at my tonsils. I did not understand it. I think it's because I snore or whatever, but you know what? We're just going to ignore that. So then at the last part, like at the end of it, he tells me drop my pants. He goes, drop your pants, son. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna grab my balls. Now when they usually grab your balls, they just go up and hold them up. This man, no, this is what he did. All right, so I drop my pants, I hold my dick up my shirt, and he rubs his hands together, he goes up and under and grabs it and pulls down. What? Don't do that. That's my babies. Don't do that. He goes down there and pulls down. Like, he had the audacity to do that. So I was not happy. So he turned my head to cough. I coughed, turned my head to cough again, and I kind of like laughed because it was just, I don't know, I was laughing. I was like starting to get sick to my stomach because whenever I get my balls, like, my stomach hurts. I don't know if it's just me, but after that, I pretty much walked out, and I had to wait for my friends to get done getting their physicals, and then we all walked down together. And then later that day, I found out that the guy that did my physical, that grabbed my balls, was my friend's grandpa, and I will be seeing him in a few months when I go over to his house. I'm not excited, boys. I'm not excited. I'm flabbergasted. I was shocked. I'm not excited to go to his house. I'm sorry, but at least he's a doctor, and like they say, he had a big house, so I guess that like kind of makes up for it. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button. Let's get around 15 likes in this video. I'm pretty sure you guys can do it. You guys pretty much, whenever I ask for a like goal, you guys hit it. So let's hit 50 likes on this video. I'm going to sign out. My name is Rush AV. Peace guys.